we didn't have a chance looking at the lineup, to be honest. But what was your thoughts?
No, I think I would say it wasn't what I expected because they played slightly better than I expected. And I thought the tactics and formation was a lot better than I could have hoped for. But I mean, I think what we're seeing here is basically the full breadth of Conte's competence and Levy's incompetence. We're seeing Conte put us into situations which we shouldn't be in with the squad that Levy has left us with, which is completely lackluster. I mean, if we want to be serious about, the ambitions that we talk about on this channel, for example, how many players do we have that qualify for that at this moment? I'm counting about maybe 5 or something like that. I'm just saying like Kane, Lucas, Son, Lloris, Skip. I wouldn't even say Skip should be should be like a squad player in such a team. If you take like a Chelsea or Liverpool or whatever, what we hope to be a top 4 side. Skip wouldn't be like one of the most important players. He would be a good squad player in that team, and I would say the rest they're kind of going from mid-table to almost bottom of the championship in terms of quality. We have so many players now that are being played that should be playing in championship level football. So. I think, we're overperforming, believe it or not. And I think in terms of the players he played, like Doherty instead of Reguilon and stuff like that, I think it's quite clear that Conte is prioritizing top 4. I mean, it's not clear. It's not a question of what we want. Do we want a cup or whatever? Come on, wake up, guys. If we don't get top 4, the project's over. If we don't get top 4, Kane is leaving in the summer. Vlahovic or anybody like that, or Cassie are not coming, and the party's over. If we don't support the squad now so that we can get the top 4, Conte will be already working on his next prospects. So it's a big domino that's gonna go either way now, like in these weeks now, because the January window is not the biggest or the most important, but for us right now, if we don't do something to secure the top 4, the party's over in my view.
Yeah, I unfortunately that's just the reality of modern football, and that's what players and clubs value in this day and age. So I completely agree, but. Yeah, go on.
But it's also like Conte, like even if Conte wanted the best for us and was all in with us and whatever, he knows that if he's not gonna get Champions League football, there won't be the revenue for him to buy as he needs to buy. And I think like Conte is going through the most pain of all of us. He is so like, this is so beneath him. He's embarrassed by being in this situation. It must be painful for him to play 2 games against this old club like this, So I think
and he was asked in his interview about the gap between Chelsea and Tottenham and the squad and the squads. And obviously he was asked that last week, and he gave a response about how it's clear for everyone how far Chelsea are ahead of them and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And you can't compare the situations. And he was asked again in the TV interview, and he kind of all of a sudden had a different kind of response. He was saying, look, I'm starting to get a bit annoyed and frustrated about these questions. Like, can we just move on? A bit more reaction. Like, do you think maybe it's starting to get to him a bit?
Yeah, because it's demeaning. He feels embarrassed by it. It's cramping his style, as they say. We're like something that he's. I mean, Conte has often been in a difficult situation where he needs to work himself out of it, like up from it. Like that's his speciality, man. But it's not It's not in the way that where you just need to lay down and take it. And that's kind of what Spurs do, you know. They take, whether it be players or managers, they and their elite levels, Kane, Mourinho, whoever, eventually they'll just have to lay down and take it. Take the mediocrity, take the status quo, take the passengers on the field and off the field, and just carry them for an unforeseeable future. And that's not what Conte it does ever, you know. But he is now, of course, he's not giving up right away. I'm sure he's fighting for this window, but I don't think it's not looking good. You know, we're halfway into it. I said it on my last call-in. Like, there's not like ambitious fans. Come on, this fan group is not okay. Ambitious fans never freaking let up the pressure on their board until they win. They get a week off when they have a trophy in their hand. That's the week they get off from fan pressure. Why the fuck are we always so lenient on the biggest liar in the whole Premier League? I don't get it. This was staring us in the face from as soon as the financial statement came out. It annoys the hell out of me. And we can all see that Conte has a plan. He has a plan for the system. He has a plan for Kane. He has a plan for Lucas. He has a plan for quite cheap players that will really make the difference, revolutionize the squad, I think. Even if you take Vlahovic, is even cheap when you consider that he's bringing in a new Kane, really, a young Kane like that. That's the kind of a role that he's supposed to fill. You know, whether he'll live up to it, you always need to take a chance on that. But Conte believes that he's not bringing him in as a second-tier striker or anything like that. So we have a fully baked and ready to go formula for what to do, and it's the same shit as always, you know. At least with Mourinho, he was trying to work with Levy. He was trying to revise and make new formulas, which surprisingly often kind of showed initial success, but with Conte, there's nothing to reinvent. You know, he knows the way up, and if we don't want to go, well, then we're not going. Not even Conte can bring us if we are not gonna ourselves take the steps. You know, and then I'm talking about the board and Levy, of course. So, and it's ridiculous because money-wise, this is also extremely dangerous behavior from our board, because this will set off a collapse like no other, as we know. If Conte is burned now, then I don't know what the future is going to bring. If now, I saw some shots of Paratici. I'm happy to see him back in the dugout. By the way, there shouldn't be any freaking players telling him not to be there. He should exactly be there screaming all game, and everybody else working for the club. If we now do what we need to do, and I don't pretend to know what it is. I mean, for example, Conte is keen on Adama. I'm not too keen on it. I think there's a lot of like, you can see how immense the potential is, but you also can read how absolutely far off the mark he is when it comes to reality. But if anybody's going to change that, it would be a Conte. But if now we do what we need to do, if the board comes in and backs Conte and we get the top 4 spot, then I have some hope for us, But as it's looking right now, at this moment, I think we're losing it. They're doing the same shit once again. They're doing a combination of incompetent deal making and dishonest communication with their manager.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, we got 19 days left of the window. A lot of deals to be done between now and the end of the window. Are you confident who we're gonna bring in that will be satisfied?
I mean, I'd like that's the silver line. I think we can take two good things away from this game tonight. Is that the team actually played pretty well compared to what level these players are on. You know, if you look at the team sheets of these two teams, we should be nowhere near competing with Chelsea, but we were, and we actually should have gotten something out of this game. You know, you know, hats off to the squads for that, and hats off to Conte especially for good tactics and discipline there. But I would definitely say that the other positive thing is that, like I think you said it last game or something, that it's good that we get these shocks at this moment. We can react now, and what I want now from Paratici and Conte is just like with the Manchester game. I want Paratici storming into Levy. This got to be over now. Just open the book, go into death. It doesn't matter. You know, there won't be a brand to save if you continue this approach that you've been doing. So if we do that, then I actually think, I do think that if Conte can make a good wing back out of Traore, then our first 11 is definitely a handful and definitely enough to keep us in the top four. It very much depends on if the other teams are going to continue and waste their chance to solidify their position in the top four. That's really also a big part of why we're still in the conversation, you know. So
just a quick question on that.
If
we don't sign anyone in this window, we have like an abysmal window, which we know we can, or we only sign Adama Traore, where do you think this team finishes under Antonio Conte?
Excuse me, say again. Yeah, you dropped.
I said if we only sign Adama Traore in this window, you know, we're linked with lots and lots of players every window, but if we only do sign Adama, where do you think this team finishes under Conte? Do you think we get top four, or do you think we finish just outside? Because we've still got 2 games in hand. We know West Ham won tonight, so they're up to 4th, but you know, massive game against Arsenal. But where do you think we finish?
I mean, if we get Adama and you know, and Conte is still, you know, doing his best and all that, then I can see us maybe getting top 6. I doubt it though. Without Adama or with Conte throwing the towel in, we're gonna be around top 10, I would think. And from there on out, we're gonna be on the lower half of the table for next season and so on. That's something that we'll be stuck with for quite a while after this. If this project collapses, that's my prediction. Because Levy, even if Levy came out and spent like the enormous, like got in a big like that, nobody will touch this club if they fuck this project up. That's for sure. So it's kind of like Manchester. I mean, you can't get any better pedigree than Manchester, and it's a rich club, and they've been spending like crazy. But nobody really with real ambition is going to touch that club in this moment now. You know, they want to see what's going to happen with that board. That board is clearly completely incompetent as well. You know, so you know, and that's where we will cement ourselves for quite a long time, I think, if this Conte project falls through. I have complete faith in if Paratici gets to run things, it'll be okay. But from what I'm seeing, it's like Paratici is nowhere near running what he should be running, you know. So he's finding the deals, I'm sure. He's talking on the phone and whatever. But Levy always has to be in there. And it shows all the way, and that's why it's not really working this window so far at least, But this, hopefully, this is going to be the wake-up call, I think a little bit. I agree a little bit. I don't know who said it. Somebody said it before that Conte maybe sacrificed this a little bit, and I do think there's a bit of that. Not that he wants to lose, but he understands that there's no way that we cannot end up with Champions League football after this season. If we do that, it's game over in his view and in my view. So,
all right, well, JORRI, always good to talk to you.
Sorry, guys. I wish I could be happy about this. This is transfer time is always kind of the most annoying, until maybe the right at the end, and then
they try and make us feel good with a few exactly. Bargains near the end. We'll see. Look, I agree with you. I think we need top four, and I think serious business needs to be done. And it's a shame that we're 12 days into the window and we're not even close to signing anyone. But let's hope that can change very, very quickly. So that's all we can hope for. But at the moment, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, Sim, I would love to ask you. I mean, don't you yourself feel like this squad of players are in general completely overperforming at this? Like the fact that we're competitive with this Chelsea team is really them going above and beyond their individual ability.
It's exactly what I said. I said, looking at the team, I'm not angry at the performance. I think we did pretty much like more than we could have hoped. Like as you said, I think today we're actually unlucky to lose probably today in the end in terms of this singular game. In terms of, like, obviously not over the tie. Over the tie, we're definitely the inferior team. But I thought today we actually played fairly well, and I thought Kane played really well, and some other players played well. But we didn't have the quality, and what cost us was Galini, Tanganga, these kind of players coming into the team who just aren't up to it, and that's what Conte keeps saying. But we have to move on. We do have other guests waiting in the background. Go on, what are you going to say?
Yeah, no, I was going to say Golini, definitely that was a mistake, but he also made a really, really good save, so he's got to have props for that. So not that it makes up for it, maybe, but he's a young goalie. I don't, you can expect these kind of mistakes from young goalies, of course, But anyway, take care, guys. Great job, and
good to see you, JORRI.
Let's pile on the pressure now. Let's give them no choice but to follow Conte's wish list, right?
Absolutely, you're damn right about
All
that.
right. Yeah.
Let's go, JORRI.